Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have the AMD chart for you, and the plan is to go over the price action that we are currently seeing, and then also to assess what the short-term and the long-term goals are for the AMD stock. So starting off, you can see here I have the long-term time frames here, the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and also the short-term time frames listed. So the plan today is to start with the long term because I don't want to do any tutorials on options trading, but only focus on long shares and short shares. Uh, I'll put up some different videos for options trading because that's a totally different ball game. So let's get started with the long term analysis. And it's long term in the sense that it's for a week or 2 week, and it could also be for multiple months. We just have to see at what levels we are trading, and then we can move forward. Okay. Okay. So starting off, first, what I want to do is delete all of these drawings that I have here and just do a fresh start. I think it's easier that way for even me to explain where the levels are at, and you know how to understand where the stock is trading. Okay, so I could either choose 4 hour here or the 2 hour time frame, but first what I want to do is hide the 200-day moving average. So this black line that you see here is the 200-day exponential moving average that comes into play a little bit later, but before that it's important for us to mark our levels and see what that indicates us. So I'm going and hiding the 200-day moving average, and let's see where we are at. Okay, so as you can see, these are on the 2 hour time frame. You can see that these are each month's price action, and the goal here is to mark out levels on that time frame, and then you can play the long shares or short shares. So the first thing I would do is um, refer to a rectangle shape, for example, like this. So if I make such a drawing, it shows an area of interest, and this is much better than having, say, for example, just you know, like a line or something. That this is much better than having just a line. Okay, so starting off, let's select the rectangle tool, and one clear level of interest that I see is down here, and I'll tell you why I'm seeing this as a level of interest. So there are a couple of instances where this was turned into either support or resistance, and I think that's what we're looking for when we are trying to mark out a level in a chart. So here you can see that this area was turned as support last year, and this area was turned as support in February of this year. You can also see that it kind of proved like a resistance here. We popped up to it and then got shot back down, and same price action was seen here. It came up to this level and we were shot back down. So the idea for long short shares is to wait for the price to come to these levels and then take your trades, and take those trades in the direction where the probability is higher. Say for example, if the stock was coming, say here the stock was coming down to this price, some people would think that since it's going down it's better to short it, right? But this area was proven as support before. So what you want to do is take your longs here instead of going short. And then when you reach this position, keep a stop loss about some area down here, which would show that there's a clear change in trend and the price wants to go even lower. So the idea here is to wait for those areas to show up and then take our trades. So I realized that was in hindsight, right? It was way back in February, and then there's no point analyzing that right now. So now we are around the $89 area, and I do see some level of interest here coincidentally that we can look at to take trades on. So this area right here, 88, 89, you see that it was proved as a resistance area before. So we have that this marked out here, and also this area here. It did prove as resistance. It also proved as support down here back in May 2022. So what you want to do is take your rectangle and mark certain area here. So the way you would trade this is, since the price is into our level of interest, I'm going to take longs here and keep my stop loss below a certain percent below this area. So around the 87, 86 area. You have to see and realize how the price action is working here. It might have a fast run down and then deviate back up and go for more longs. So you need to be careful about that. So this marks the area where you would enter your trade, and for profit taking there are a couple of areas that we could mark. So if you see, let me just get rid of this. All right, if you see this area on a short-term basis, it did prove as support before and it could prove as resistance. So this would be one area on a short-term basis that you could have your first take profit. And the better area, I believe, would be again this one right here, this area right here, the $100 area, because it did prove as resistance and support a number of times. So you want to see this move, take some off here, and then if you see the price move above, take some off here. All right, another analysis that we can look at is the 200-day moving average analysis. So this is on the 2-hour time frame. Um, there's a couple of ways you could do this. Either you can look at the 4-hour or the 2-hour. So some stocks work um, better on a 4-hour time frame for the 200-day moving average, whereas some work better on the 4-hour or 2-hour time frame. So here you can see that it is coming down to the 4-hour time frame area, and this is a perfect confluence where you can say I want to go long AMD, because there's two indicators I would say that are allowing us to go long here. The 4-hour day moving average, the 4-hour day to 200-day moving average on a 4-hour time frame, and also this level of interest. So yeah, I think that was it for AMD, and I have some more stocks like you can see here that I want to go over. I plan on doing one stock per day or maybe even more, and then we can slowly move into short-term trading and see how we can be profitable with the short-term strategy. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. See you guys later.